Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I've got a couple classic style knives on the table. They're both buck knives. I have the Buck 110. This is the 55 Mini. And I have the 112 Ranger. And these are classic pocket knife designs. You've seen a lot of tactical knives on the channel. They pop out, flip out, unfold like a parrot's beak, various different things, and I too like tactical knives. But there's something to be said for the classic original design of what a pocket knife classically was. These are still useful today. They're not necessarily as useful as a defensive tool. They don't bridge the gap between defensive and utility, but they are still quite useful, and they're still a good first knife and a good all-around carry knife for just utility type functions. So let's talk about them a little bit. Talk about this little guy first. Both of these are kind of special editions, and both of these knives can be gotten in different styles. But this one is a rosewood insert with brass bolsters. It's a drop point blade, and the 110 is classically a large knife, but the Mini is a small version of the 110. And they feature a lockback capability. So when you open them, they lock open. Some pocket knives, they don't lock back, so they'll flip around. And then there's a little lever you push here to release it to fold it back up. And they don't go super smooth and super fast. They're meant to stay closed. They're meant to want to stay closed. You have to, there's a little finger groove here. You have to want to open this to get it to open. And once it's closed, it's going to stay that way. So it's not going to open up in your pocket, and when you reach in there, catch you on the end of the finger. Both of these are made out of 420HC stainless steel, and they're hollow ground. Now 420 is a good steel. It's not a high-end steel, but a couple features of it make it useful for this type of knife. Number one, it is corrosion resistant, which most stainless is. It also has pretty good edge retention and relatively easy to sharpen, which means if you have one of these, trying to maintain it and keep it working and keep a nice sharp edge on it isn't going to take ultra skills and really high-end equipment. Some of the tactical knives, when you get into the more exotic steels, they either don't hold their edge real well and require constant sharpening, or they do hold the edge, but they're so hard and so durable that they're very difficult to sharpen without special tools. These are pretty easy to take care of. It's 2 3/8 inches long end to end when it's closed, and it becomes it's 3 3/8 inches long. This one is 3 3/8 inches long, and it becomes 6 inches long when it's open, and it has a 2 3/8 inch blade. Lots of numbers, so kind of a little bit easy to get them messed up. Overall, this is a cool little drop in your pocket and forget it's there until you need it to cut some fishing line, cut a rope, whatever it is that you might need to take care of. Kind of useful little guy. Now, I'll move on to the bigger one. This is the 112 Ranger. And this one's also a special edition. Set these boxes aside. This particular one came with a leather sheath to put the knife in. I'll close it up and put it in there so you can see it. Fits in the sheath and then can be put on your belt. You're getting into a slightly larger knife at this point. It's 7 3/4 inches end to end, so it's a bit longer than this one. You know, obviously you can see the difference. And one thing I neglected to do on the sheath itself when it's closed, it's got Buck stamped in it. So it's not a generic sheath. It is one that was designed to come with this particular knife. Not all the 112s come with sheaths. They're like a lot of companies. They make a number of different variations of it in special runs. But it's a nice looking sheath with a belt loop. The closed length of this is 4.25 inches, and open it's 7 3/4 inches with a 3-inch blade. And it is a drop point just like the other one. And it also locks back. You have the lockback capability here, and you can see there's also finger grooves on this particular version, which helps you get a little bit better grip on it. So I'll kind of hold it a little bit still so you can get a good look at the blade. It's got a few fingerprints on it from handling it. And on the other side, it's well machined, but it's not highly polished. These are relatively inexpensive knives in the $60 to $80 range, and you can get engraving on them. So they're not meant to be expensive, exotic knives. They're meant to be good quality knives that are easy to take care of. And you'll see that the liner even carries that brass forward. The wood's nicely polished. So they are nice looking knives, but they're not designed to be exotic or necessarily fancy. Just very useful, durable, easy to live with, easy to hold on to. When you've got it open with the finger grooves, you get a nice good solid grip on it. So there's that classic original what a pocket knife design was to start with. And this one comes in at 5.6 ounces in weight, so it's a little bit heavier, but it's still a very reasonable weight of a knife that you would carry. So these are useful Father's Day gifts, birthday gifts, side gifts, stocking stuffers. This is the type of knife, this design and style, that often got handed down from grandfather on down. And they, being inexpensive, they're fairly accessible. Two other features: they're made in the United States, both versions, and they have what they call their forever warranty. It's basically a lifetime warranty. The only thing it doesn't cover is doing stupid things with it. They're not screwdrivers, they're not hammers, they're knives. So as long as you're using them appropriately, if anything goes wrong with them, the warranty will cover them. Beyond that, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell up there to be notified if you do. Check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Twitter, Instagram, kind of everywhere. Thank you.